Happy Monday, everyone. It is just afternoon on Monday, August 15th. Oh my gosh, can you believe we are in the middle of August? And for those families who are getting ready to send children off to school, either you have already this week or you're about to, all the best for you. Can't wait to see all those photos on Facebook. Obviously, my kids are a little beyond that stage now, so we're going to live vicariously through all your adventures. And from other parts of the country, we've already seen those images coming in, and it's always so much fun to see them. Helps us remember where we were and where we are today. So let's get right to it. We're going to keep this a little short and sweet today. We've got so much on the go at the moment, and let's get started. So quick introduction, Jennifer Tim. I am the owner of the Welcome Home Global Group. We are powered by Keller Williams. We are based in Southern California and also in Central Texas. So let's see what is going on with our market at the moment. And you know what? I was trying to help some folks over the weekend understand kind of where we are. And it was like, oh my gosh, I mean, interest rates are up. No, they're down. Market is crashing. No, it isn't. So we're here to really help you get a feel for what is going on at the national level, and then Southern California, and then down to a couple of local cities, just so you can see exactly how this is all impacting you a little closer to home. Question that I was asked again this weekend. A recession will result in a housing crash, right? And these are, number one, sellers who are saying, well, I'm not going to put my house on the market now because, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get the money that I was hoping to get. And buyers who are saying, I'm going to wait for the bargains. Again, we have this conversation every single week, so it's worth going back to these again. Numbers that drive our US real estate. And oh my gosh, the national news. I had a conversation with another agent who I have a lot of respect for, and he and I were discussing our sources and what we're seeing, and how truly this is a conversation that has to be had on a daily basis because there's so much happening. It's volatile. It's, some people find it, I find it quite interesting because it's just amazing to see how one thing is going to trigger another thing, and then something unexpected will come in. So it really is about tracking the market every single day. And we're here to help you so that you don't have to go onto all these 20,000 sites, slight exaggeration there, that we go onto, but just to help you understand what's really important for you. Well, there's, all sorts of things going on. Things are up, things are down on that national and international economies. So, and that all impacts us. And that's basically what drives everything that happens in real estate. Real estate, again, that reminder, when it comes to interest rates, it's a response to what happens at the federal level. It is not the feds dictating interest rates, and interest rates are a huge conversation right now. One of the things that did happen is the drop in the 10-year treasury. There is a direct correlation between that 10-year treasury and then what happens with the mortgage rates. Because the 10-year treasury dropped, we definitely saw that drop in interest rates, which resulted in some demand increasing again, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The job report came in, and we see that there are unemployment rate drop. So again, when people have jobs and they're earning money, then they have that financial ability to be able to buy a home or change the home that they're in and either upscale or down, depending on what their needs are. So that is a positive. We also saw that the US inflation eased in July just a little bit. Again, it's all seen as positive indicators. And I like this. This was a summary from one of my local lenders who sent this out on Friday. Looking below the surface, apparel prices. Thank goodness for those of you who are doing that back to school shopping. Used vehicle prices. I know we're looking for a particular vehicle and watching those prices and seeing them come down. And airline fares posted declines in July. Unfortunately, we bought our airline tickets already, so we're kind of going, oh my gosh, but looking for some new deals. Housing costs, however, which represent roughly 40% of the core consumer price index, continue to climb significantly. But we do know that housing takes a little bit longer to reflect the changes that are happening everywhere else. And there are some reports that we are expecting this week and in the next couple of weeks, which may impact that a little bit. Listening to Logan Mohtashami, he is the economist with Housing Wire. They are a mortgage-based agency, not agency, but they really report on what's happening in the mortgage industry. So, when the question that was posed to him in his podcast, will we see a soft landing for housing? So in other words, are we going to start seeing prices really dropping? According to him, these are just a couple of the highlights that are pulled out from there. Prices are still rising year over year. We know that average price nationally is going up. We have not seen a drop at all. Because our homeowners and our consumers, our potential buyers, have strong credit, they're very creditworthy to borrow money. So we're not seeing that unhealthy lending environment because the borrowers are truly worthy of receiving those loans. Those mortgage companies are being extra diligent in making sure that they're not getting back into the situation we had back in 2008. When it comes to home sellers and homeowners, there's strong equity. So when people are looking for, I'm waiting for the short sales, I'm waiting for all the foreclosures, right now with everything we have in place right now, and again, this is something that's changing on a very rapid basis and could be happening on a daily basis. Because everyone has strong equity in their home, we're not seeing that risk to current homeowners who cannot afford the properties they're in. So they're not seeing the risk of foreclosure. What people do have, because they have a lot of equity in their homes, is they have the ability to sell the home rather than be foreclosed on. And then I like the statement from him: no exotic lending since 2010. And again, since the regulations after 2008, we're not seeing subprime lending as we did back then. And again, going back to that equity, we're at a nested equity high. And so that's all about the fact that everyone's homes have increased in value for the most part during the last couple of years, especially during COVID. As a result, we have much higher equity in our homes than where our current loan balances are sitting. So it goes back to that it's not really a climate in which we're going to see a lot of short sales or foreclosures, because combined with the fact that we're all doing a better job with managing the borrowing that we're doing as consumers, we also have the added layer of having that added value in our homes as a result of the increasing values over time that we have seen. So let's take it straight down to Southern California. And what did we see last week as far as interest rates are concerned? So we're still seeing those interest rates kind of, depending on what you as a borrower look like and how much you're looking to borrow, we're seeing them around about that 5% or just under. 30-year fixed, if you look down to your loan limit of 970, that's 4.28%. So certainly not the 6% that we were talking about just a couple of weeks ago. There's some really good rates out there. I have borrowers who have been quoted 4.5% for a 30-year, and that was a high balance loan. So, not bad. And the borrowers were all very pleased with the interest rates, and that's after they went through the entire process of getting pre-approved. Another one, this is from Wells Fargo. They're also one of the lenders that we refer our clients to. And again, we always send you multiple referrals, never just one. And their rates are a little different. They're a little lower. So every mortgage company has a different ability to be able to structure loan packages for you. And that's why we encourage you. Very seldom should you just settle for one. Do take the time and due diligence to shop around and find the right loan package for you based on what your long-term goals are. Because after all, this is a long-term investment for most people. Okay, so Stephen Thomas, our local economist who gives us reports every single Thursday afternoon, and then we get a written report twice a month. So this is from his YouTube channel and his Facebook Live he did last week. So how fast is our market going? So remember, this is our little chart up here to remind us that if it's less than 60 days from the minute you put a for sale sign in the yard to when an offer is accepted and you open up escrow, that's a hot seller's market. 60 to 90 days is a seller's market. 90 to 120 days is a balanced market, something we haven't seen for an awfully long time. So where are we right now? Well, if you kind of look at where we are, these were sort of those low peaks and mediums, and this is where we want to try and get to. Here's your 90 to 120 days of that balanced market, and not something that we've seen for quite a while in Southern California, and definitely not the norm. Well, we're kind of right over here. So we are in a seller's market, and I don't know if you can see, but this is kind of tapering a little bit, and we're going to have a look at that because that is truly what we have started to see, and it's reflected in these numbers. So thinking back to March, which feels like a lifetime ago, days on market, 24 days. So that's less than a month's worth of inventory. A week ago, we were sitting at 76 days, and it looked like, that our days on market was going up. We thought we may inch towards more of a balanced market. But look what we're seeing. We're starting to see that the market is heating up. Now, not dramatically like it did sort of those post-COVID days, but it's definitely on the decline, which means everything's selling a little faster, which means, that literally you're going to put yourself for sale sign up and things are heating up. It's not slowing down. So keep that in mind. Our listing inventory, where are we? Again, this is our big crisis in Southern California and honestly across most of the nation. We just do not have enough properties on the market to meet the demands of our buyers. And then keep in mind that our millennial buyers are the largest buying pool we've ever had historically. They're capable, they're able, they are good, well-qualified buyers, who can get loans that are solid loans, and yet we just don't have enough properties for them. So again, we're sitting over here where if you go back to like 2018, that's when we had a good volume of properties, or if you go all the way down to 2014, we're way below those numbers right now, and with more buyers out there who are able to make a purchase. So listings, homes on the market is what we still have a huge shortage of, and that combined with the interest rates and the economy is definitely what's driving where we are today. So just looking specifically at that one. So 2022 listings, this is the solid line we have here. We were looking good. We looked like when the interest rates went up, so the dotted line is our 2022 interest rates. When those were sitting at about 6%, we definitely saw a slight increase, not a dramatic increase in the number of listings, because then that obviously eliminated some of the buyers from the buyer pool. But with all the news of recession, inflation, etc., one of the responses, and again, we looked at that 10-year treasury, that dropped, interest rates have dropped. As a result, we're just, our listings are going faster, so they're not sitting on the market. So we're going to start seeing this kind of tapering off, and we need more properties to sell. So if this is something that you've been considering, this is a great time to put your house on the market, because you don't have a lot of competition and you still have buyers out there who are desperately looking for the great home that they can purchase from you. Price reductions. So this is the big story, and this is where the confusion comes in. We've talked about it before. Values are increasing. List prices are reducing, especially if their property has been on the market for a little while. Now, again, 74 days is our days on market. So, if you've been on the market for that long, for 2 months, and you have not had a lot of showings on your property, you have not received solid offers on your property, there's a very good chance that that property is overpriced. I had some buyers ask me about a property. Well, actually, they aren't buyers, they were just homeowners, and it's a property near them in a community here in Southern California called San Clemente. The most amazing ocean view from this property. And they said, oh, there must be something wrong because, and we've been in the home, it's a beautiful home, has an amazing view of the ocean, and yet it's still on the market. Well, it's price. It's price. Those sellers are not paying attention to what's going on in the market. They have not adjusted their list price to where the market is, which is still value-wise still an increase from where we were last year this time. So these price reductions we should see increasing a little more. 30% is average. Orange County is sitting at almost 40% of our properties having seen at least one price reduction. But the buyers are there, but they know, they've got the data. They're not going to, they don't have to take into consideration where the market was 2 months ago. It's where the market is today that makes a big difference for today's buyers. So we all just have to get onto the same page, and those properties are going to fly off the shelf again. Year over year, this is our demand. So again, we saw a decline when those interest rates went up, and we thought, okay, well, now we passed our peak and the demand's going to keep going down. Well, with that drop in interest rates, and the fact that some sellers are most definitely making the right choices to make sure that their list price is at current market value, not where they were 2 months ago. And the fact that we have more buyers who, because of the lower interest rates, actually are back in the buying frenzy, that demand is going up. And so we anticipate that we're going to see it go up for a little bit longer, and then we'll hit that November, December, Thanksgiving, Christmas, December holiday, start of the new year decline, which is very seasonal and normal, as you can see by these other trends. But that demand is up. And I can attest to that. We are working with 5 different buyers at the moment who have a little more time and are making very strategic decisions based on what they're seeing in the market. They are not afraid. They are happy with the interest rates they're being quoted. It's just timing and the right property, but they are in. They haven't gone away. Very excited to be able to be in a market again where they feel they are going to be treated fairly. So looking for that win-win situation. So our listings, as we mentioned, our biggest issue is that we're just not getting enough properties on the market. And so if this is something you want to look at and decide whether this is the right time for you, we would be honored to sit down with you and just make sure you understand the data as it relates to your property in your particular neighborhood. And sometimes it comes down to the street. Do you have an ocean view or not? Do you have a white water view or a blue water view? You know what it's like. Is it a single loaded street? Is it, has your home been updated? And again, most of today's buyers are looking for something a little more move-in ready. Not all of them, but there's definitely, buyers are looking for a bargain, but they know that they don't exist right now. It's truly looking for the right property for them. So just that reminder again, we're looking, and our objective is to always get to the balanced market, 90 to 120 days. So that's boring and balanced. We're not going to get there. We don't anticipate with the current economic situation. Things could change, but we are not seeing any indication that we're going anywhere near a buyer's market anytime soon with today's situation. So let's look locally. What do we have going on? So we have Dana Point, slight seller's market. Our median price of new listings is $3.5 million. Our median days on market is 46. So again, we're below that Southern California average of the 74 days, which means that we're in that, it's a solid seller's market again. Now's the time. But again, how many people are in their $3.5 million price range? We really need some better variety for our buyers. There's lots of people who want to be in the area, and that is a pretty high price point at the moment. Laguna Beach, same thing. So we're looking at our median list price, 4.6. Definitely a seller's advantage. Average days, let's go to median. Median days on market, 49, so very similar. And part of that is, we are right along the coastline. People want to be in this lifestyle. And so they're looking for these opportunities, and they're making a move and actually getting into escrow. San Clemente, our median list price here, 1.8. So we have a few more choices for folks as far as price ranges are concerned. Median days on market, 35. It's even faster and even hotter market. I mean, 35 days means we're just barely over 1 month's worth of inventory, and the demand is here. Of the 5 buyers that we're currently working with, 3 of them are looking in San Clemente specifically. 2 of them are absolutely able with their price point. 1 is, it just depends if we find the right one for their price point. San Juan Capistrano, our median list price there, 2.8 million. Our median days on market, 35. Same thing. We're in a strong seller's market in these environments. So sellers, what does this mean for you? The buyers are there, and if you're ready to put your house on the market, there's a very good chance, if it is priced correctly according to its condition and location and what is happening in the market in your neighborhood right now, you are going to get that property into escrow really quickly. It's going to be basically about a month or less. And I'm going to say, if it's truly priced correctly, there is a good chance that you'll get multiple offers or really strong offers initially. So bottom line, a recession will result in a housing crash, right? Because the sellers kind of want to wait, and the buyers are looking for the bargains, and it's all going to go back to supply and demand. We still do not have enough inventory on the market to really adjust that. We have limited supply, we have high demand, we have prices which are adjusting. List prices, not values. Values are still increasing. We just don't have enough inventory, and add into that the interest rates are actually encouraging the buyers to come back. They're with us, they're working with us, and they're looking for the right property. And the reminder, and I'm going to share the slide that I shared last week, of the last recessions that we had, in 2008, that did result in a home price change. So it was a decline, and then 1991, but 2020, 2001, 1981, sounds so funny to say the 1900s, 1980, that actually saw that 6% increase in basically those home values and those home prices. So right now, we're not seeing that the recession is going to negatively impact the housing industry as a whole. There's some other factors at play which might, but nothing right now shows us that housing is going to dramatically crash. No bargains. Sorry. Sellers, there's no reason not to put your house on the market if you are motivated to get it sold right now. And again, just this to show what happens with the interest rate in the last couple of recessions that we did have, they dropped. When interest rates drop, the demand increases. So again, lots of people looking for a home, and there's only a couple sitting here. It just means that you're going to get those good increases in values. So, I put this up every week, and I was thinking about changing something. I think what I would say for sellers, just to add, all of these things still apply. Your home is seen by consumers online first. Always, gone are the days where agents would set up these elaborate searches. The buyers would be eagerly anticipating getting that email, or heaven forbid, the newspaper, or whatever that was way back when. Typically, our buyers are coming to us and saying, I've seen this property and that one, and I'm interested in finding out more, and I know that you're the gatekeeper to really get me in and to help me understand the market, and is it overpriced, and what are the other things that I should think about with this property. You have got to make sure that your property shines online and it looks fantastic, that a buyer, when they're cruising through those photos at 8 o'clock in the evening after, you know, all the day's activities are done, they can truly picture themselves in their property. It's got to really attract them. Buyers, you know, it's make sure you understand, again, budget, and make sure that the home that you're looking with has the right lifestyle choices that you are looking for. You do have a few more choices, not a tremendous number. If you delay too long, if the home is priced correctly, it's going to sell quickly. You have a little bit more bargaining power, but you certainly can't make outrageous demands, and you still can't afford to come in way below that offer price, that list price, because you know what, some of the sellers need a little bit more time. So either you're going to have to be patient for that property, or you know, kind of work with your agent and see what strategies are going to work for you. Bottom line, real estate consultants like myself are here to help you, whether you're a seller or a buyer, really understand what's going on locally in your market so that you can make the right decisions. It's all about that. And with that, I'm going to leave you. So Jennifer, Tim, the Welcome Home Global Group, and we would be so honored to help you realize your real estate goals in the rest of 2022, or help position you for 2023. I mean, it's August. It's, you know, it's halfway through the month. Kids are going back to school, and before you know it, we'll be welcoming 2023, and we want to be a part of your journey. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We will not have an update next Monday. So that is the 22nd. I will actually be in Austin, Texas. Twice a year, I meet with our Keller Williams agents from across the world, and we're there to learn from our leadership, from economists, you know, how we can better serve you, and to get the absolutely latest information and statistics to really guide you in your journey. And so I will be in Austin, Texas doing that next week. So I will see you the following week, equipped with some new slides and some more information, and even more ways for the Welcome Home Global Group to provide a superior service that can make a difference in your lives. Have a great week.